What's up, everybody? Another video with me, and today we're going to be talking about why Grant Gustin is a superior Flash actor to Ezra Miller. I know it's a little off balance, but I'm doing the best I can to set up the phone. It's windy, so propping up the phone doesn't work very well. I'm trying to do the best I can. That's the best you guys are going to get, unfortunately. But we're going to go ahead and talk about why Grant Gustin is better than. Let's go ahead and get into it. "Run, Barry, run" is a quote often seen in the CW series, The Flash. The Flash is a crime-fighting superhero with super speed. Two popular Flash actors for live action is Zack Snyder's Flash, Ezra Miller, and the CW series, The Flash. Ezra Miller's Flash appears in the movie The Flash and also Justice League. And then CW Flash is seen in his show, crossovers in The Arrow, DC Legends of Tomorrow, Supergirl. He's seen in multiple crossovers. But overall, if we look at the writing style, the suits, character development, Christian views, and criminal charges, Grant Gustin is superior. He fully holds the crown. And there's a whole bunch of reasons, but we're gonna go ahead and just get into it. Some of these may seem biased, some of these may seem unfair, but this is what we're gonna go with. But to know why this is important, we need to know who the Flash is. So who is the Flash? Well, the Flash, also known as Barry Allen, is a CSI forensic scientist. Originally, he wasn't strong or fast at all. When he was 11, his biggest rival, Reverse Flash, Barry's mom, Nora, was killed. His father, Henry, was framed for the murder. Later, Barry joined the CCPD forensics department in order to prove his dad's innocence. Eventually, Barry was struck by lightning, fell into chemicals. He gained super speed. He eventually becomes a superhero known as the Flash, and he later on joins a team called the Justice League. And we kind of get this summary in season 1 of the CW series. "My name is Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive. When I was a child, I saw my mother murdered by the Impossible. My father went to prison for her murder. Then an accident made me the Impossible. To the outside world, I'm an ordinary forensic scientist. With the help of my team, Star Labs, I fight crime and find others like me. And one day I will find who killed my mother, and I will get justice for my father. I am the Flash." So it gives us a whole entire summary of who the Flash is. We get the Flash and Barry Allen, two different personalities, superhero scientists. But with the two different personalities, we also have two different live action actors, and a lot of people compare them. And I'm going to join everyone. I'm going to compare them too. It's just I'm going to do more of my way of analytically thinking and logically thinking than other people. They go by statistics, sales, views, and everything. I'm just going by their running style, their suits. They're looking at it from a Christian view because I am a Christian, and then looking at them just from criminal charges. One of these differences between Miller and Gustin, a very noticeable difference, is the running style. Miller's form as Big Candle 13. It sounds stupid when I mention his name, but a lot of people have said his form looks stupid. He swings his arms out like a bird. When he's running, he literally throws his arms like this, as if he's swimming, but he's actually running. Makes no sense. It's odd. Gustin, however, moves his arms more in a parallel vertical form. So when he keeps his arms more like this, and looking at it scientifically, from what I know, keeping your arms parallel and also vertical when you're running is making you go faster. And the Flash is a speedster, so obviously he'll run fast as he possibly can. I mean, due to air resistance, keeping his arm parallel and vertical rather than horizontal will make the Flash run faster. If he keeps his arms like this, the wind resistance will mainly be hitting his arms instead of his body, while keeping your arms out like this will make the air resistance hit both your body and your arms. So it's more air resistance hitting you, so you're less aerodynamic when you're throwing your arms sideways like this, rather than keeping them parallel and vertical like this. So since Grant Gustin's form is less stupid looking, and if we just grab the opinionated, throw it out, since his form is the quicker form, Flash would run more like Gustin has. Therefore, Gustin has the superior running style. Now, along with running styles, being appealing to the eyes, the suits are too. The suits are very appealing to the eyes. Oh my gosh, this wind is crazy, guys. But the suits are also appealing to the eyes. Like, if we see a stupid suit, as Flash fans, we're going to say, that's a stupid suit. So let's talk about the suits. Live action has had many suits. The CW has given the Flash only one bad suit, in my opinion, and it was a suit that didn't match. The suit didn't match with the cowl. He had a bulky like headpiece up here, like to cover his head, and then the rest of it was like a really thin, sleek design. It didn't really match or work. The other suits matched the cowl. They had the same like round ratio of thickness. Ezra's, however, is not an amazing suit. As a lot of people have said, Ezra's suit looks like they tried too hard to make it a flashy suit. As in like superhero themed, but also, oh, look at my suit. Like, kind of like he's trying to show off his suit. But the comic Flash, he's not like that though. Like, let's look at the colors, okay? The comic book Flash has bright red and yellow suits. Ezra uses dark red and black colors, like he's the darker version of the Flash. The Flash isn't supposed to be a dark hero though. The Flash is supposed to be a light-hearted comedic joke superhero that's there for the comedic relief. He's not there to be some dark, rude who's just sulking all day. No, that's Batman. Batman is supposed to be the dark hero, not Flash. But yet, Ezra's suit is literally a dark suit. He has the dark color. He doesn't have the bright color that helps lighten the mood. Because colors do, I'm pretty sure colors, like visual colors, I'm pretty sure they do affect the mood. Like, I think that's like a psychology thing. The Flash is known as a bright colored hero. In fact, one of his names is literally the Scarlet Speedster. If you look at the scarlet color, it's still brighter than Ezra's suit. Ezra's suit uses a dark tone of red with black. There is no yellow on his suit, except for his newer suit. We could say that, but I'm talking about the suit that they mostly used when he had the, dark colored suit. He mostly has dark colored suits. They're not bright colored suits. Why? I don't know. Do I think it's stupid? Absolutely. So, I'm thinking Grant wins for having a more comically accurate suit. But like the suits, there's a huge difference in character development. There are some similarities. Both Ezra and Grant's Flash were struck by lightning and fell into chemicals. Both then gained super speed from the incident. They both kept the same backstory of, father framed for mother's death. They kept that the same. But the difference is Ezra needed only two movies for his full development to be done and over with, while CW decided to take 9 whole seasons for Grant's whole development. And if we say each episode is roughly 45 minutes long, we'll just round it up to an hour. And there's a total of 184 episodes. And that's 184 hours. When comparing this to Ezra Miller's screen time, it's a huge difference between the amount. Because Ezra Miller has, let's go ahead and give him 6 hours. Well, yeah, let's give him 6 hours. He's still lacking 158 hours of screen time and character development. Now, let's talk about the struggle. So Grant's Flash, he had struggles, relationships, losing relationships. His daughter got erased from the timeline. His mother died. His dad died. He nearly died. His wife died. He saw many friends died. Ezra saw his dad get arrested, and his mother's dead. But looking at character development, Grant has had the most character development, considering the fact he has had the whole entire CW show of the Flash for development, on top of, the Arrow and Supergirl, where he builds a little bit more character. While Grant Gustin had one movie about him and one movie that wasn't even about him, that he was still kind of in. Although there are some similarities in development, there are no similarities in their criminal charges. And what I mean about this is that Grant has no criminal record, but Ezra has a rap sheet of criminal charges. Possession of marijuana, choking a woman outside of a bar, gang affiliation, disorderly conduct, harassment, second-degree assault, child grooming, and a misdemeanor. Grant has no criminal record. Ezra has 8 different crimes on his record. Grant is a better person offset. And if Ezra is so bad that if criminal charges are ignored, even Christians are still going to choose Grant Gustin over Ezra Miller. The reason for this is because Gustin has a wife, 2 kids. Miller, on the other hand, is planning on changing his gender. Biblically, changing your gender is a sin. And why do I say this? Well, that's because you changing your sin is basically saying God made a mistake in choosing you and creating you with the gender you were born as. And people are in no place to claim that God made a mistake. Miller is also a homosexual, and that's not okay, because in Romans 1:26-27, if you read that, Paul was saying that the Romans were being judged by God for trading in their traditional sexual traditions, as in man with woman and woman with man. They were basically trading them in for a man being with a man and a woman being with a woman. And God was judging them for that because, well, God did not create Adam and Eve. He created Adam and Eve. He made man to be with woman and woman to be with man, not man to be with man and woman to be with woman. If he created that way, he would have let them be able to reproduce that way. But they cannot reproduce that way because they were not made to be that way. I'm going to stop before I go on a whole Christian spiel of this, because this generation is crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing a YouTube video on that. Do look for that in the future. But therefore, Grant is the better Flash actor for even us Christians to support. Overall, Grant is a superior Flash. He has better running style, he has better suits, he has better character development, he has no criminal charges, and he's better for a Christian audience as well. And therefore, overall, Grant Gustin should be the only Flash writer. But yeah, that's why Grant Gustin is better than Ezra Miller. Hope you all enjoyed it. I'm out. Peace.